Hi, it's me, Liz again. I'm going to tell the story of the Will of the Year, and then, in case I didn't include it, I know I did a little bit, but I found a better site that told a better story, and if you want to copy it down, I will give you the site, and I'll put it on in the description. Okay, so there are many myths concerning the origin of the goddess and the god and their roles in the seasons of nature. So this is one of the stories. At Yule, December 21st, or about, because it's an equinox, so it depends on the year, the goddess gives birth to her son, the god. This is also the origin of the idea that Jesus and Mithras were born at the same time of this year. At Yule, we celebrate the return journey of the sun and the life it will bring. At Imbolc, February 2nd, which is a set day, it's always February 2nd. Sometimes it depends, sometimes it'll be February 1st, depending on what site you read. The goddess recovers from birth, and the god's strength is increasing with the waxing power of the sun. The Imbolc traditionally marks the calving period, when the animals would begin to bear milk for their young. For pagans, it is a time of creativity and inspiration, and is associated with the Celtic goddess Bridget, which is spelled nothing like the Bridget we think of. By Ostara, the spring equinox, and again, so the date varies, which marks the first day of spring, the goddess regains her strength and works her magic. The young god is now maturing. Now is a time of new starts as we travel through the gateway to the realm of warmth and light. Beltane, May 1st, which is a set day, when nature is truly flourishing, the goddess and god unite. This ensures the abundance of the next harvest. At this time, the goddess becomes pregnant, thus assuring the continuation of life. Beltane is a time of love and great celebration. We cherish the joys which life offers us. By midsummer, the summer solstice, which is not a set date, depends on the year, the god is at the peak of his power, and as is all nature's bounty. It is a high time of the sun, and is marked by the festival of light. Lunese, which is spelled totally different than it sounds, is August 1st. It is also called Lammas, was a time where the ancients gave thanks for the first fruits of harvest. This is much like Thanksgiving. The summer is waning, and the god has become the god of sacrifice. Being cut down in the fields, it is the time of giving thanks for what we have and making offerings of gratitude. At Mabun, the autumn equinox, the light begins to grow less, and the god, cut down in the corn and wheat, begins his journey to the other world. This is the final harvest. When the fields are cleared of their bounty, we now make ready for winter to come. It is a time of balance. Samhain, this is October 31st, Halloween, my favorite, marks the pagan New Year, and commonly known as Halloween. The veil between the worlds of life and death are thin on this night. We take time to remember our beloved who have passed. The god gives his life up to the land and passes into the Shadowland, only to be reborn again at Yule. The wheel turns again, the story of life and death and rebirth, and the god is the story of the land and the crops, but is also the story of each of us and the lives we live. So I will put on the description what that is. Let me see how much time I have. It's only 4 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and go into talking about Lammas. And as I said, during Lammas, it is when the god is sacrificed, and much like Thanksgiving, giving thanks for what we have. Some of the things, let's see. And again, it is pronounced Lunesa, given by the and it physically means the festival of Lu, which is a god. And Lu was the son of Erenrod, who is associated with the sacred kingship and the threefold death. His wife, Oluwed, I can't pronounce that, was also known as the Flower Maiden. According to Celtic legend, the Flower Maiden becomes the harvest mother at Lammas. Lu represents the sacrifice corn god and the beginning of the end of summer. Okay, some of the colors that are associated with it, and I'll try and give you some of the meanings, but I'll give you the site so you can go on there and actually look. Gold, yellow, black, brown, purple, and red. Gold for the god, vitality, strength, and there's many, many more. Yellow, joy, vitality, intelligence, many more. Black is divination, banishing, absorbing of negative energy, protection. Brown is stability, justice, sensuality, endurance. Purple is growth, self-esteem, psychic ability, insight, inspiration. Red, sexual love, lust, passion, fire, willpower. Again, I will give you the site so you can read through them all. Flowers would be the sunflower, which helps fulfill wishes and grant wisdom. Violet summons spiritual protection, luck, love. Rose calls for love, beauty, luck, psychic powers. Scents are frankincense, heliotrope, lemon, lavender, and lily of the valley. Frankincense for spirituality, protection, banishing of negative entities. Heliotrope, obtain money or to gain power. Lemon is for raising energy, mental clarity, and cleansing. Lavender is for good health, peace, relaxation, sleep, etc. Lily of the Valley aids in happiness, mental powers, matter of the conscious mind, etc. Stones are cat's eye, which offers a feeling of serene happiness, awareness, and intuition. Carline, I can't say that. Anyway, embodies courage, verbal skills, peace, stops jealousy, etc. Jasper imparts healing, protection, health, beauty, energy. Fire agite summons courage, strength, and energy to fight fear. Some of the herbs and plants and incense are frankincense, heather, sandalwood, copal, sunflower, rye, oats, corn, yarrow, dill, wheat, hazel, oak, blackberries. Animals would be the lion, the phoenix, the sphinx, the dragon, the crane, the falcon, and the eagle. Hold on, let me check my time real quick. I got plenty of time. Other symbols would be the sun, spear, and the cauldron. This is the time of year where honey is being produced, so a lot of summer drinks were made with honey. Let's see. Energy and power flows. Yeah, your energy should be put into harvesting, gathering the first crops, including berries, wheats, and other grains. This is the time of celebration, appreciation, vitality, health, and friendships. Power flows from growing to harvesting to collecting, sorting, and preparing for the long winter ahead. Time should be spent preparing food for winter by making jams, preserves, breads, freezing, canning the first foods from the first harvest. Some of the traditions were, again, harvesting. You would harvest grain, corn, apples, pears, bilberries, blackberries, grapes, and it was spent baking bread for the months to come and canning jam. Lots of times they would give the first half of bread to the gods for their thanks. Some of the activities you could do, you can hold a traditional outdoor Lammas feast, much like Thanksgiving, like the Pilgrims and the Indians. with contests such as tug of war, horseshoes, arm wrestling, stick jumping, archery. You can hold, when you hold the Lammas feast, whether it's indoors or outdoors, you want as many Lammas related foods as possible: breads, potatoes, oysters, salmon, recipes made with apples. You can make corn dolly charms. If you have a garden, you can work on harvesting, whether it's food or herbs, stuff like that. This would be the time you'd want to be like drying things and getting all that stuff ready, because you won't have it for winter, especially if you use fresh garden herbs and stuff like that. You can build a bonfire with sacred woods and herbs, which will, the herbs that were earlier in this website. And dance by the light of the bonfire into the night. Gather tools that you use for garden work and bless them. Finish up your summer projects. For kids, you can take them on a walk and have them listen to the sounds and make tree rubbings and write the name of the trees underneath. You can also collect items on this walk for crafts, decorations, or for your rituals during the winter when you won't be able to just go outside and get them. It's also a time when you give thanks, because it wasn't always this easy. Lots of times they did rely on the stuff that they harvested at the time to last them through winter. If you didn't harvest enough, you starved. You didn't go to the grocery store. And then it has a list of crafts. I will just name them off and I'll give you the site so you can go on there. Grain mother, bean and seed necklaces, herb pillows, maple and oatmeal soap, rosemary candles, seed rings. And that's what a lot of this time you'd be doing, is making your candles if you home make them, doing all that stuff that you're not going to be able to have, so you have candles for Samhain and for Yule and stuff like that. Let me check my time real quick. So this is the kind of stuff you would want to do. If you want to know some of the crafts, hold on. There's this great book by Scott Cunningham and David Harrington. It's called Spellcrafts. And a lot of these things, this will teach you how to make essential oils, incense, candles, runes, all sorts of stuff. But the things like the candles and the incense and the essential oils and stuff that involves herbs, this would be the type of stuff you would be doing at this time, getting all your stuff dried so you can make this stuff and begin doing this, so you have enough throughout winter so you don't have to go to the store. And while it can be really long and drawn out to do this stuff, it actually saves you a ton of money, because essential oils, for a little bottle about this big, it's about $5, and you can make twice that amount if you know what to do with the thing. And if you don't have money for that book, you can look online how to homemade essential oils, and it'll tell you, like, a lot of times they'll use, I think it's virgin olive oil as the essential base, or there's other bases you can use. And then what you do is you basically heat the oils out of the herbs, and it's kind of slow because you heat a little oil and then you have to sit there and collect that oil, and then you do it all over again. So it's a long process, but you get twice as much out of it, and you don't have to spend $5. And if you harvest, if you have a garden and you harvest this stuff, it makes it a lot easier. Well, that'll be it for now. I will try and get on to another one. After Lammas, I will try to do the next Sabbath video. So, I'll talk to you later. Bye.